Welcome to Business Calculus, Math 148. This is the DE, Distance Ed section of that. And I wanted to give you a quick tour of our website. We'll be using this wamap.org website, and you should have in your email received instructions on how to log into this with our course ID number and password to get in. But at the very top here, you will see an announcement section. Well, I'll post announcements about reminders about upcoming exams and things like that. You'll see our due dates are listed there for our exams in the final. Be sure to, of course, that'll be updated quarter by quarter. I may use this video multiple quarters, so be sure to check to see what yours says up there. And so what you have typically in this quarter is you're going to have weekly assignments that are due, as well as some projects, and then there is some online participation as well. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the website here. So I'm going to start with our announcement section there. Please pay attention to when our due dates are. It's going to vary quarter to quarter, but for this quarter, it was always 11:59 p.m. It's just a matter of the day of the week that it's there. So make sure your time is set correctly on your tutor. In this about the textbook, you'll find some information about our textbook that we're using for this book, as well as a picture of a copy of it. You should be able to find the textbook in the Green River bookstore, and it should also be the same text that we used in Math 147 if you took it here at Green River Community College last quarter. So hopefully it's not a new textbook to you. But if it is, there's information about how to find a copy of it, either through the Green River bookstore or through the other online retailers or whoever else you want to find it. It typically comes with Enhanced WebAssign. The Enhanced WebAssign is not required for this class. It's an optional publisher-created online resource. You don't have to have it. You don't need to have it as part of this course, but it is there as an availability, as an option there as well. So you don't really need the access code, but it's there as well. We will also have several projects throughout the quarter, and you can find information about them here in this folder, about our projects. Those are approximate due dates. And I will adjust those as well, but there's detailed instructions, a sample letter, and a discussion forum if you want to talk to other people in the class, other students in the class about your project and how that's going. All right, I'm going to navigate back to the course here. In each week, you will typically find a lot of text here in the first week, not so much in the ones following it. A little information about what the textbook covers. This first week covers sections 9.1 through 9.4 in the textbook, and I've uploaded a PDF of those values. That's the only part of the textbook that I can reproduce, but it's there so you can get started right away if you're waiting for funding or you've ordered your textbook and waiting for it to come in. You can at least get this first week homework started and hopefully going there. In each one you will find some lesson sequences. Lesson sequences are essentially lectures with some questions in them. As you look at this here, all right, waiting, got a slow internet connection today. But you'll find some questions, some video lessons. So you watch the lesson and it will ask you to answer a question or two at the bottom, and once you've done that, it's kind of like what you'd see in class if I was lecturing. I'd pause for a moment and give you a chance to answer a couple of questions. That's what these lesson sequences are. The lesson sequences are graded, but they remain open until the very end of the quarter, so you can go back in and look at them and review them. You should probably be doing them every week just to stay up on the material that we're covering. And then down here you'll eventually find our homework. Your homework is due, well, the due date's listed there. In this class it's going to be Saturdays. And these are problems that really don't have any instruction, that hopefully you've watched the videos and you can learn through the lesson videos. You've learned what you need to finish these questions off in here. I just enlarged my view there a little bit. All right. Anyway, so those are your homework assignments. These are due weekly. You can, without penalty, try to answer these questions many times as you like until the due date, so you have as many attempts as you want, and you have as many attempts as you want until the due date. That's there. And once you get it right, it won't change your grade. So if you come back and you want to, if you're getting ready for an exam or something, you want to try one of these questions again, you can go ahead and enter in an answer again, and it will tell you whether you're right or wrong, but it won't affect your grade. So if you've got it right already and you come back and do it wrong, it won't matter. It'll still count the fact that you got it right at some point. So that won't do theirs. Also, there is a discussion forum for each week. In that discussion forum, there are two parts. One is a weekly discussion topic. You're required to respond to this. This is part of your online participation grade. This first week is just to tell me a little bit about yourselves, and so that's there. And then there's also a group study area that if you have questions about how to do a homework question, you can ask about it here. And then either I or another student will hopefully respond back to you before the due date about that. So go ahead and ask your questions there. Remember the general etiquette for doing online classes is the person asking the question should do more work than the person responding. So try to post all the information you can about the question before you go, so that maybe the person responding doesn't have to look it up. And there is some randomization in these, and the problems that you see will not exactly be like the questions, will not exactly look like the questions that other students have. So if you want specifics with your numbers, be sure to post what your numbers are and your values in there. And then there's also, in addition to that, I'll have some recommended additional practice. They're not graded, but they're additional homework problems that if you want more practice on the material that you can look at. All right, and then back to the main page. We've got several weeks worth of work there that comes up that will show up on there. You can always check your grade. Over here on the left hand side there should be a gradebook option. Because I am an instructor, it'll give me an error because I'm not a student in this class. It won't show you, but if you click on that, it should show you your current grade. Until our first homework assignment's due, it's going to be kind of weird, but after that, it should be fairly accurate. You'll see two categories. You'll see a past due, and then you'll see a past due and available. The past due is probably the more accurate of your current grade. The past due and available will count zeros on all the assignments that are available to you, and every assignment is available to you right now. So you'll have a lot of zeros in there in your past due and available grade. So it won't be accurate at this point. At the end of the quarter, the past due and the past due and available credit grades should turn into the exact same thing. And so then you should have but that'll tell you what your grade is at the end of the quarter. But there's your grade book there. All right, if you have any questions, best way to get in touch with me, if it's a general question, you can post it in the forums. If it's a specific question to you, maybe something about your particular grade that you want help with, you can send me a message through the message thing here, or you can shoot me an email at dnelson, DNELSON, @greenriver.edu. That's probably the most timely way, is to either send a message or an email. We don't really use Canvas in this course, and I feel bad because occasionally a student will send me a message through Canvas, and I only check that maybe once a week or once every other week. and so they don't get necessarily such timely responses. So please use WAMAP for your messaging, your instructor, or a direct email to me. It will work. All right. Well, good luck this quarter, and I'll see you online.